sleep. What to do? Could somebody come and take me away? I've been in the deep without you, and I got it in my head night and day. But we are one step closer. We're all in this together. Put your hand in mine. Yeah, we are one step closer. Can you feel it, baby? It's the end of the line. It looks like we made it. Let's get it on. We got it going, moving on. Oh, it looks like we made it. Let's get it on. We got it going, staying strong. Oh, it looks like
Right, and Justin has agreed for us to shoot.
Man, guys, they are looking fresh. So the cologne, eh? Hey! Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Hi. How are you feeling?
Feeling good.
Good.
Yes.
Excited for episode 6?
Yes.
Karibuni sana back at home. This is episode 6 of Love and the Joyride. We are so excited to have you home, to have you here with us. My name is Wanjiru.
My name is Ben Psycho. I'm super pumped for this episode. We've been having this amazing crew. You guys have been following the other episode. If you've not watched the other episodes, you can't catch up now. You have to go back and watch episode 1, and now we're on the 6th one. Remember, we are doing 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, like, leave a comment. We're also going to leave the handles of each and every person who's here, the description box below. Ama kuna mtu hapa hataki kupatikana. Wao tuwapatie. Yeah, we're going to follow them individually at our place.
Yeah, it's interesting. Zanita and Sam are seated together. Mm-hmm. No fighting today. Zanita is like, let's see.
Zanita's eye roll.
Yeah.
Let's wait and see.
Yeah, so today's episode is a bit different. We're not going to be playing the card, but we're going to be doing the jar, which is where it all started. So the jar is a bunch of questions that have been curated. Ben and I haven't seen them. You guys haven't seen them. So we're all in the dark and we're all playing together. People back at home, if you're familiar with the Joyride, this is where we started and we're glad to bring it back here. So Ben, what's today's conversation?
Today's conversation is actually deep. It's about intimacy. Mm-hmm. So let's dive in. I don't even know how this is going to look like, the direction it's going to take. So let's see how that's going to go. If you notice also, this side has guys who are coordinated in their outfits. And they didn't plan. So you were like, wakai tu pamoja. And then the mix and matches. Here we have all colors. You know?
Yeah.
So let's go.
All right, so let's play the Joyride.
Give the matchy guys.
Yeah. We pick one.
Kila mtu achukue tu moja. Pass it around. In fact,
so we haven't seen the questions. Nobody knows what this conversation would go like.
As you pass it, maybe Samuel, you can be reading.
Start yours. But comfort, you don't open until it's your turn.
Yeah, Sam is definitely going to open.
Hey. Well, our eyes are on him.
Okay. What do you do if you have a bad first kiss? The first option is block the person. Tell the person about it and ask them to be better. Or the last option is gossip with your friends about it. So the question is, what do you do if you have a bad first kiss?
What do you do when you have a bad first kiss? And the options are how many? 3?
3. Block the person.
Block the person.
Tell the person about it and ask them to be better.
Like give them feedback, eh?
Yeah. Then gossip with your friends about it.
Ooh. Ocampo.
Hey. Sasa mtu aanze kwanza.
Sawa, amesema achukui ngori leo.
Chani bebe.
Matonze na Ted.
Sasa na Ted.
Ted is like, okay.
My man Ted. What do you do?
I've never kissed anyone before. Jake, no. I think you can give feedback, but you're also likely to tell your this chick.
What's the feedback like though? What would you say?
Maybe I prefer if you do it this way.
If you use mouthwash.
Are we speaking specifically about bad breath?
No, whatever.
Bad could be anything.
Okay, me, I'm talking about technique specifically.
Okay.
Technique.
I think, you it depends. Sawa. It depends on your people skills, right? Mm-hmm. So do you have the rapport with them from what you know so far? Do you think they take the criticism? then you craft it in a way that you're not attacking them, you're just letting them know how you. So you can either use the approach of I prefer it if you do it this way, or just say like, yeah, I kind of don't enjoy when you do this, so maybe you can switch it up, and then, or you lead, because kissing is a two-way thing, so you can also lead them the way you want the kisses. And then I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably with my close friends, kiss this chick, like, wasn't the best, but debrief.
Yes. Comfort.
First of all, I'd gossip with my friends because I'm a gossip. And then I won't block you, but I don't think we're going to see each other again because I like kissing.
Like, that's a huge determinant.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I really liked kiss. If I died and came back, I'd want to come back as a kiss.
Okay.
But no, I don't think, I'm not seeing you again.
Samuel?
No.
I think I'll approach you, but in a nicer way.
Give feedback?
Yeah?
You'd give
Yeah, I'd give feedback. I'll tell you, maybe can I show you how it is done? But if you have a bad breath, that's sijui nitakuapproach aje. I think I'll just disappear.
Okay.
ghosts.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yokabi?
I'd give feedback in a nice way so that I don't hurt your feelings. But bad breath,
Tricky. Faye?
I don't think I would block. I would also give feedback, and the last one was
There were those
Gossip.
Gossip with your friends.
Yeah.
the gossip. I think the gossip part I will do it way later, not it jana then leo ninaenda kusema itakuwa
And I bet him.
Okay. We finished this side.
Yeah.
Let's come to this side. Yokabi has given us feedback. Zanita.
Me, obviously, I'd gossip.
Yeah.
Then I'm
fast.
calling you. The tea is very
Texting.
hot. Just being honest, I'd gossip first. Then I won't block you. That's not a valid reason to block you. And I feel like same with comfort. I like kissing also, so it's a really big thing.
It's a big determinant.
Yeah. So when you try it, you'll start telling him what's a nice way? How do you tell someone you don't know how to kiss? How do you tell them?
Tell them.
You guide probably there are people who don't know how to read the signs. You'll guide the bado atadi. Probably he thinks yeah.
Other people like that you might not.
Yeah.
Like. So maybe he's a good kisser to someone else.
And he's not a good kisser to you. So it's a bit hard. So for me, I'll gossip. I won't block you and I won't try to tell you because probably in his head he thinks he's good. He's the best, He's beating his chest, man, out to kiss. Mm-hmm. If there was an award, I'd be the one. So umeniuma in the sense of kissing me. So I think gossiping and ishia tu hapo. That's the last time. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Mimi nitakuangalia. Kuangalia na ndasikia kucheka. Nikikushanga nishai have a bad kiss, dem alikuwa ananigonga meno.
Nilikuwa zalia tukutu. So ukafanya?
Hey, atichia.
So what happened?
Nilimwangalia likisani kienda mtaa nilikuwa tunacheka na shaka kuna mtu. Ati uishe, unamwambia uishe.
So you utamwangalia ucheke.
So ulimblock, ulimwongelesha tena?
Sikutaka kumkiss tena. Sikumwongelesha.
So
kumblock.
You remain friends, no?
Nikimwona nasikia tunakumbuka. We are still, let me say, acquaintance.
Okay.
But you guys never dated eventually?
We were not supposed to date.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
What?
Or we were not to date. Wait.
What?
We could not kiss as friends.
To test the waters.
Okay, it's fine. Ocampo.
Me, I think I wouldn't have the confidence to come and tell you. Just disappear.
So you'd block.
Of flight mode constantly.
So ungeblock.
Ningeblock. Alafu unajua kuna vile unaweza block mtu, usimblock immediately, unamblockingi baadaye.
Kesho.
Ndio asijue tena nini ili happen. Baadaye una disappear kabisa.
Network nini.
Imeisha.
Okay.
Aya. Do we take a question from this side?
Ocampo.
Aya. Yangu ni moto. What do you think is the most important thing when having physical intimacy? Sex. Physical connection, emotional connection, mental connection.
Okay. Physical? Physical, mental, and emotional.
Yes.
What's mental connection?
Yeah.
What's a mental connection?
Nyokabi?
It's like you mnapatana kwa IQ.
Nini Hypersexual?
Oh, like my intelligent conversation.
Okay, wait. Why is the room so intense?
You want to go first? Yeah.
Okay. I think for me I don't think I know it's emotional first because I'm a demisexual.
What's that?
Are you hiding? I can't have sex. I can have sex, but I won't enjoy it if we don't have an emotional connection. An emotional thing. Like I don't like one night stands and things like that don't serve me. I need to be connected to you somehow. Maybe we've seen each other for a while for me to enjoy the sex. Yeah.
So yours is emotional. Okay.
For sure.
I think also mine will be emotional.
Emotional.
Emotional, yes.
Okay.
For me as a man, emotional and mental won't matter as much as physical.
So physical is number one.
Physical?
So hata kama
Kwa hiyo moment.
hata kama umse ambatani ki IQ nini like ashiki vitu uko tu like sawa tu tutajua
Ati ashiki vitu.
like you're not matching at the same intelligence level.
Yeah, she's just stupid. Utakula tu.
Itakuwa ngumu. But I think inaanza basi na physical, mental alafu emotional last.
Physical, mental
then emotional.
and then emotional. Okay. Zanita?
Emotional first. Like you can be good looking, but I do not have that connection with you. So mine is emotional, then physical, then mental.
Okay.
Also for me, I think it's emotional. Sijui unawezeka nini mental na physical
The same one.
hapo
Close tie.
zimekaribiana but emotional kwanza.
Mental.
Like intelligence level mnashikana.
Does that even make sense?
I think emotional and mental is...
Maybe back and tell us.
Emotional then physical.
Unaweza read. Unamjua so unaweza read Kenya.
How many marks the same?
To explain your mental.
Amesema tu tuendelee. Samuel?
As I was saying, I think mental inakutana na emotional.
Okay.
Because emotions kama zinatoka kwa akili. But I'd prefer being emotionally attracted to you before getting to physical.
Okay.
Yes.
Hiyo ni answer yake.
You'd prefer being emotionally connected before getting physical. Try not to judge.
Fred?
I think by the time you're having sex with someone, you definitely have to be physically attracted to them. So I'd say physical and emotional together, then mental. Yeah.
Okay.
Nyokabi?
Emotional first, because you have to be emotionally connected, and then mentally and physically have close tie.
Okay.
Physically emotion.
Nyokabi as long as you're breathing. You as long as you're breathing.
You prefer to be emotionally connected first. All right, Comfort, your question.
What do you think is important? Physical or emotional intimacy?
What do you think is important? Physical intimacy or emotional intimacy? Sam, what do you think is more important for you?
Shock us with your answer.
From my lady, emotional.
From
Emotional. Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
That's nice.
From the lady side, from me, and go itakuwa physical.
What do you mean?
No, his partner would prefer emotional intimacy first, but as Sam, he would prefer physical intimacy.
Oh, okay.
That's what you're saying.
No,
What
him
are you
he's
saying?
giving the physical.
What?
The lady is the emotional one. Him, he's willing to provide the yeah.
So Sam is there.
So he's not emotional.
So Sam is there to
emotionally
receive the emotional support.
Yeah.
Lady is there to receive the physical intimacy.
No, I'll also give you emotional, but physical, I'll have emotion.
Okay. That's what Sam
I'll be
offers.
there present.
All right, what matters to you most? Comfort.
I'd say emotional because of the same reason. I'm a demisexual, so
Emotional comes first.
yeah.
Ocampo?
I think I'm so emotional today. So I think emotional will come first.
Emotions come first.
Yes.
Nyokabi?
Emotional comes first. Yeah.
Even based on the previous question that
Yeah.
Zanita?
Yeah, say emotions. Because you can be physical attractive, but when it comes to emotions part, you're a bit low on it. So I can't deal with whatever you're giving me by saying it. I need to experience it. Yeah.
Okay. Everyone said Ted, you've said Ted, Bado.
Yeah, don't hate me for sitting on the fence, but I think they're both equally important.
Physical and emotional.
And emotional, yes.
Okay. For your partner, Faye?
Oh, emotional. Me, I'll go with emotional, then physical. I feel like you should be connected emotionally to the person so that your at least physical parts.
Okay.
Right.
Nyokabi?
Question.
Why do you think intimacy, physical, emotional, or otherwise, is important in a relationship?
Pardon?
Why do you think intimacy, physical, emotional, or otherwise, is important in a relationship?
But anyway, when you're talking about intimacy, we need to just stop looking at physical sex, okay? Intimacy is very deep. It's being extremely vulnerable and comfortable with someone. It's like you can cry in front of them. Like no one has ever seen you cry. No one has ever seen you cry, but with this person, you can cry. You can tell them your deepest fears. You can tell them your deepest insecurities.
Yeah.
Like they know you inside out. So we're not just looking at the physical, we're looking also at the emotional intimacies, because intimacy is huge, okay? So your question is, Nyokabi?
Why do you think intimacy, which is physical, emotional, or otherwise, is important in a relationship?
Okay, for the guys who said emotional matters more, why is emotional so important for you guys? Maybe we can start with Nyokabi. Why does you need time?
Every time. Ocampo said, Sam, tuende.
Connection you come when una click. Unajua unaweza vile umesema intimacy
si physical.
Si lazima sex. Yeah. So I think when you are intimacy is important in a relationship because it builds a connection.
So for you, it's important, emotional intimacy.
It doesn't matter if it's physical or emotional.
But it strengthens the connection.
It strengthens the connection.
Okay, Ocampo?
I second Sam.
Yes.
Like I think kuna hiyo connection plan inakamindi when you're emotionally attached to one another compared to physical. Your emotional kuna vile tu, yani it's something you can't even explain.
Deeper.
It's deeper. Beyond imagination, guys. Beyond imagination.
Faith?
I think connecting with the person emotionally is more, I feel like it's more important to me first than physical, because I think I'll connect to this person more if we are emotionally connected than physical.
Yeah.
So I feel like that one is more important.
But almost everyone is saying emotional is coming first.
Yeah.
Ted is the one who's saying that it's 50-50.
a balance.
It's a balance.
When we talk about emotional intimacy, have you guys ever been able to cry in front of someone?
Yeah.
Unless Samuel, have you ever cried in front of your partner or somebody you're dating?
No.
Wezi.
Nilikuwa kwa choo alafu nitarudi.
Why?
I feel it makes me more vulnerable.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's intimacy.
Yeah.
Ngori.
Good. No, my
When it happen.
Comfort?
No.
Yeah.
You've cried in.
Yeah. I can't remember a story of like for 3 months. I got class and I get
Imagine. I'm a crier. I like to cry.
Okay. Ted?
I have.
You've cried in front of a partner.
How did that make you feel? Did you feel safe?
Yeah, I felt safe. That's why I was able to cry, because I felt I could be.
And even after, there was no feelings of embarrassment?
No,
of like,
absolutely not.
yeah.
So as a guy, how have you gotten to that point where you're comfortable to cry in front of people?
Sam,
Because
stop looking at it like that.
because to a lot of men, that comes off as some form of weakness and all that stuff, which I just feel like we've not been taught how to emotionally express ourselves. How have you gotten to that point?
I've always been in touch with my emotions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I know Sam is going to say something about, but growing up, I grew up in a household with a lot of women.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that just made me more comfortable. And even the cousins my age, the ones who I hang out with the most, were also girls. So it's never been. Although I did get shit for it. For example, I told you I switched to a boys' school, and it was a bit of a harsh transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was the last time you cried?
Comfort is ready to tell us.
It can't be too long. I can't remember the exact.
Okay, is
but
it shorter than a year?
Definitely.
3 months?
3 months. Let's say in like the 6-month range, because I don't actually really track.
Okay.
But there are certain songs that trigger it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Songs
trigger you crying.
Yeah. When you get okay, we'll get to you, Sam.
Is that you, sir? Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Like for me to cry is because I feel safe and I'm vulnerable, and you won't get to judge me just because I need to release my emotion. So, yeah.
Have you had a man cry? A person you're with in a relationship cry?
In front of you?
A man cry? No, not yet.
Okay.
Would it be a turn off for you?
No.
Or you'd
I'd be
love
there to comfort you and console you, because I feel like you can't shame them. For him to come to you, it's because he felt like you were a safe space, you know? He's not crying because he wants your attention and he wants your comfort. So, me, I'd be there for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to save Sam and Ocampo for the last. Faye?
I feel. Okay, what was the question? Oh, have I ever cried? Oh, yes, I have cried in front of my partner.
Have they cried?
No.
Okay.
Even during worship?
Hatukuwa tunaenda kabisa.
That's tough.
Maybe during a movie.
Nyokabi?
Yeah, I have cried in front of a partner. And it's because I felt safe around the person, you know.
Have they ever cried in front of you?
No.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Sam and Ocampo.
Have you ever cried in front of your partner?
No, it has never happened. But they've cried in front of me. So that made me felt like, you know, I'm a safe space after all. But I remember I cried on a phone call with a friend of mine.
I'm sorry. It's just that umekuwa kichongo watu sana.
I think it was the time I was leaving Maisha Magic after 5 years. So it was during we did our last show. Then your time Johnny, now we were talking. Now we were sharing moments vile imekuwa nini. Then kidogo
Yeah, okay. That's nice. Sam, S-A-M.
Sijailia.
Ujailia mbele ya dem?
Sijai. Hata mbele ya sezi. Only once.
Why is that?
I lost someone.
No, not why you cried, but why is it hard for you to just ama machozi tu ekujangi ama
It's hard.
It's just hard for you to do it.
It's hard.
Does it show weakness?
I believe so.
Oh, really? But aren't we all weak to some point?
We are, but I believe sijui. I think tradition wise imeniingia. Wanaume ufai kulia mbele wase. Ukilia unless umelose msee ama wera, kama ni wera dakika kidogo unachora hiyo story. So stani naweza
ni mashauri ile mbele yako.
On first date.
On a first date?
Nilimpeleka drinks. Tukaenda movie, instead ya kuona movie kaanza kulia. Ali open up too.
Oh really?
Ali open up akalia tu.
What did that make you feel?
Sasa hiyo nilikuwa mbona sasa unalia. But later on sasa ndio nikajiuliza nikajishow ndo dem aliye mbele yako lazima feel ako safe.
Ujeta liye sports cause sportsmen cry all the time.
Labda kujam.
Kujam tu.
Kulia. Mjaili ya sports Ted?
No, I don't think.
I
was this close. Mini Abu Dhabi 21 guy. My Formula 1 fan.
Yeah, that one hurt me as well. I've never even looked at those pictures again because I feel so bad.
Shit was painful. I didn't cry though.
That was bad. My friend, I was with a friend. People were crying on that day. It was tough.
Man.
Hey. Sports.
Men cry. It's okay for them to cry.
It's not personal. Okay, so let me ask this question. Do you think crying can be used as a weapon? Shiro, maybe you start.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that sometimes. So I'm not proud of myself. But sometimes when the argument gets too heated.
All those times. I always thought it's genuine.
It was a long time ago. I'm a changed person. But yeah, I think it can be used as a weapon.
Because for me, the thing that makes me lose my guard down completely is now when she starts crying. Like now I just start feeling bad about myself. Nasa hiyo maybe ataenda. Na sasa hata maybe enda amekosea. Unaona sasa si era makosa yangu. But I start feeling so bad about myself. But yeah. Well, I have never used crying as a weapon. I wish I could. My peers just hazitokangi rahisi. So somewhere.
I think crying is used to manipulate people.
Mostly men though.
Yeah, we are manipulated most of the time through crying because we feel pity for them. Hata kama sisi tumefanya makosa.
What happens when you're arguing with a chick now all of a sudden aanze kulia?
I'll just zip.
It's over.
You back down.
Yeah, back down, back on my and I'll ask her what triggered it.
Oh wow, that's nice. Comfort.
I really feel like it's the opposite because men don't cry that much. So there's some men who it's the opposite. They're always crying everything. Alafu, it's always when you ask them about something they did. But Sazila and Anulisa about me, they don't cry. Why are you not crying then? Why are you just crying?
They're crying.
Alafu, even if even if what example can I give? I can't think.
You can think of something. We can come back to you.
Yeah.
Ted.
But me.
Do you think crying is used as a weapon?
Yes.
And what would happen when you're arguing, or when you're having a conversation with a lady, then she breaks down?
You're definitely inclined to back off, but okay, me, I won't lie. This is one thing I hate is that when I know I'm not wrong and someone's trying to convince me I'm wrong. So let's say we'll cool down, but then I'll still bring it up now when they've cooled down. Yes.
You won't let it go.
If it's something that I know I didn't do, and I won't let it go.
Okay. Faith?
Yes, I think crying will inaweza kuwa weapon.
Have you ever used it?
Yes, I have used it on my siblings. When I was young, wakichapana nilikuwa naanza kulia alafu wanacha.
That's a good one. Ocampo?
Me, I think they use it as a weapon against men. But now, it can happen. You just let it slide because now what can we do? And maybe you love this person so much, so you'll just back off.
Okay.
Yes.
Okabi?
Yeah, it can be used as a weapon because just as you've said, when you're losing the argument, you're just like, okay, stop.
Have you ever used it?
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
We're not proud of us.
It's all of you. Zanita tu ndio sijasikia bado.
Zanita tunaona amenyamaza.
We're getting there.
Amenyamaza.
Have you used your tears as a weapon?
I'm not proud of myself.
You're not proud?
Yeah, but sometimes, probably it's too heated where you're losing the argument. You're just crying.
Stop.
But your tears are just here. Like,
Zinakwanga tu hapa. Unawatch tu a sad movie. Ukiniangalia tu vizuri unaona tu. Ishatiruka.
Sam, what would happen ukiargue na dem? Ushaargue na dem alafu akaanza kulia? Juicy, okay. Okay.
See, juicy. I think before there was an event, new school, old school.
Yes, I remember
so
that.
So that night, niliargue na dem fulani kwa simu. Kaanza kulia, nikamuuliza kwani unalia? Kaniambia kama ndalia hata najua ujali. Sasa nishangaa niwaambie nini. Kaambia wewe tutaongea tu baadaye.
Aya, au kumconsole?
Na mconsole namwambia nini?
Si maybe pole or whatever.
Si ashaanza kulia. Tumsaidia.
So ukahang up.
Nikamwambia tutaongea tu
Tutaongea nini? Sitakuwa nalia hiyo time.
Sasa tuongee ukilia.
Nibembeleze.
You're not listening.
Mulikuwa mnakatiana naye at some point or was there anything? Ama ni just one of your random friends tu ameamua tu kulia maybe.
Kuna shida zake.
Can you be honest and say you're the one who triggered her tears?
For once.
I think kuna mashida mingi.
Did you trigger maybe something you said, something you did?
Sijui.
Because the story is incomplete, you can't just call then all of a sudden.
Tulikuwa tunaargue about something.
Yes.
Okay.
So akaanza kulia. Kaanza kushanga sasa hapa tunaongea nini?
So mliongea later?
Alitulia tukaongea.
Okay.
How do you know if someone is manipulating you for doing this?
See, when they're on the wrong, and now they're using that to escape accountability.
And also, there are people who just cry for. There are some things that are so tiny that you can have a conversation about.
It doesn't.
But it's you've gone out. I've come back. Probably you said I'm gonna come back back home at around 2 a.m. I come at 3. That is a problem. I start crying. I've gone somewhere. Probably there was no network, or genuinely my phone is on silent, so I couldn't call at that time. I call you back. You didn't call me back at 2. You start crying. Sometimes it's a little bit too much. Yeah.
Crying. No, Comfort is saying there's not too. That's like too much crying.
So right now, probably I'm on set, and then my phone is silent. Then someone tries to call me. Then when I call some time back, you'll cry about that.
Release it.
You don't care.
Even if I tell you the situation that I was in.
Yeah.
If I feel bad, I'll cry.
Hi, Jamani.
When was the last time you cried, Comfort?
2 days. I think 2 days ago, my cousin had a baby.
Oh, that's it.
Congratulations.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. All right, who had the next question? Okay.
In your experience, do you think if you've had sex with someone, it makes breakups harder?
Sam, it doesn't make breakups harder. Why? There's no attachment.
Mi sidhani mnakuanga attached. Unaweza nishikilia through ati juu tuli have sex na unaweza nishika. Tudai kuachilia waishia.
Okay.
Bye. This side?
I have a question. Is this in a relationship specifically?
Yes, because it's a breakup.
Okay.
Someone?
What was the question again?
Is it harder if you've had sex with someone to end the relationship? Does it make it harder?
I don't think it does.
Does. But sex is deeper. I even think it's spiritual. There's an exchange of a lot of things that happen.
But not all the time.
Because if the person is cheating on you, it doesn't matter if you've had sex or not. You should break up with them.
It's not even about It's not even about cheating. Kuna mtu anataka tu exhaust the physical urge.
But even if you're doing it on a physical level, it still
there's a
doesn't
connection.
negate that there's it's deep. It's like me, I'm one of those people who believe like the things like soul ties and all that. Like Puritan theirs.
I don't believe in those things.
Hey.
Okay.
Ati?
Why do you think you're like that?
Hakuna kitu yani kuna tick. Kuna box hivi correct. Zote tu.
So you feel like it's just a casual thing, it's like a hug?
Or a handshake?
Because there's a hug where you can hug somebody. The most you'll pick up from them maybe is just their scent or cologne or makeup if they're a chick.
There's something deeper obviously, but si ati itafanya ati ni think twice. Nikitaka kukuacha start think twice because you had sex.
Okay. It's not grounds for you to stay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ted?
I might actually agree with Sam for once. In that, it's if there's issues, I'm not gonna say just because the sex is good. I think if there are issues, mnaachana, it doesn't play a part. Not that sex is not important in a relationship, but I think other things become more important when we are talking about breakups.
Okay.
Comfort?
I do think it's harder, but because especially as you grow older, you don't want to keep ongezing your body count. And that's why a lot of people keep going back to people they've had things with before. It's hard for many people to... Situationships are so easy because it's just the same people. Body count imesimama. Kani 5 ni 5 for long. Because if you keep having a relationship with someone and breaking up, by the time you know it, you go 30 and you don't do that.
We have a different... Because I think before we... As a man, before I have sex with a woman, still has make emotional connection. Bora I'm attracted to you physically, I can have sex with you. But venye najua ya madem, venye mi najua, same hivyo ndio iko. A lady has to feel like she's emotionally connected to you, ama to have emotions for you before they have sex with you. So I think your factor pain determine masaya breakup.
Okay.
Faith, you wanted to add something?
I just wanted to answer.
Sorry.
I feel like it won't be too hard for me to leave kama tukwa so emotionally connected with this person. But if I was deeply connected to this person emotionally, itakuwa ngumu. Yeah.
Okay. Sam, let's go. Yako kubwa.
Easy didn't that. So question 1, do you know what scripture of the Bible makes reference to fornication? Yes, don't fornicate.
Maliza swali.
Oh, do not commit adultery.
Do not commit adultery. Anyone else?
What's the other part of the question?
No, there are 2 different questions.
What's the other?
What do you think the Christian faith is so big on fornication? Why?
Okay.
Why?
Why do you think the Christian faith is so big on fornication? Or just religion in general, faith? Sex is a sacred thing. It's for married people.
Fornication
Fornication is having sex outside of marriage, outside the office of marriage. So either before or
within,
but not with your partner. Why do you think that's such a big deal?
Kwenye ulisema tu it's spiritual, inaleta mambo na spirits na nini. Kusema sijui exchange of what? Kusema exchange of energies.
Exchange of energy.
So I think
Spirit.
what?
Spirit. Unaniletea demons.
So unaweza have sex na msea kupema demons zake. Depression zake zinaanza kuingia. So I think kuna hizo vitu mna exchange. Hiyo anachukua raha yako, unapata wewe uko so energetic. There's this, kuna hiki tulikuwa tunaambiwa na coach tukiwa high school tukicheza futa. Kama tumefunga chuo, but juu sasa mimi nilikuwa military school, kuna intermilitary games, hizo machuo za intermilitary. So kuna kitu tulikuwa tunaambiwa usi have sex before game as a man, because it drains you of your energy. But for women, coach wetu alituambia a woman can have sex before game because hiyo energy ya mwanaume ndio ataichukua. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I've heard of that rule, especially in sports.
Even when you're doing something big, as a man unakatazangwa.
Because it's spiritual. Do you guys think sex is spiritual?
So what he's saying is that soul ties only go one way.
No. Nimetumia tu hiyo example. So hata mi ndachukua something from you, so I'll also take from you.
Okay.
So sijui ni nini nitatake, hata ujui nini nitatake from you. As a cheesy.
Ted, I know you're agnostic, as you said, but why do you think religion generally is big on?
And not just religion, just institutions, even government. Like you would never, a sexual billboard can cause so much uproar.
Yeah.
Even from people who are not Christians or Muslims or just people within society. What do you think it's so?
We had that happen a while ago.
Yeah, the other day there was a
advert in
it had to be taken down, you know?
There was a big
funny
photo.
billboard.
Yeah.
It was too sexual. Ilitolewa, I think, hata hiyo jioni.
Your same afternoon.
Same afternoon. Why do you think this is such a big deal?
I think it's because sex is very powerful, one. I mean, wars have been fought over sex and things like that. Then I think it's also a lack of good sex education. So they just think of it as this thing like, yo, sex is, there's a lot of pressure. So those two factors for me are why I feel there's that stigmatization of sex. Because sex is a natural thing. It's a human thing. We would not be here if it wasn't for sex. So, yeah, that's my opinion personally.
Campo?
I think when God was creating sex, he knew how powerful it was. And that's why, he said you should not have it outside marriage. So, tukianza tu na God, vile God alikuwa anajua kitu inaweza kudestroy when you're not in marriage. And then now you end up doing it outside marriage. Inaleta vitu mingi sana. Sex, it's so powerful, it will bring a lot of chaos that you can avoid them when you do it the right way.
Yeah.
So I think the church tries to protect that. And also for me, I think, mse kama amefall, akufollow your protocol, akapata mtu, akaoana and stuff. Church haifai kupiga huo mse mawe. You get, kama yeye ameanguka, you should embrace them.
Yeah.
And work with them and not fight them. But also if you can try to follow your two protocol, the better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Faith?
Mtu mwingine anaweza sema.
Yeah.
I just add one thing.
Yeah, please.
And I think there's also a general lack of self-control. A lot of people have no self-control and sex is on the table. And that's a big problem.
Okay.
I feel like all the other conversations, money, roles, and we've just been free-flowing. But I feel like sex, we are a bit...
It's up.
Yeah.
And it's not just sex, it's both intimacy.
Yeah, because it's going on the internet. Yeah.
Oh,
I get it.
Anyone else who has something to add about we proceed? We can proceed. Did you have a part two?
Did you want to answer something?
No.
Okay.
Also, I think people should stop being hypocrites.
In that sense?
People of the church, especially when it comes to matters sex. I don't know if I think it's here in Kenya. A few days ago, there was a church leader that was being accused of something to do with sleeping with children and sexually abusing them. And then after that, they went ahead and gave him a role in charge of children. And it's not
a priest.
His
Right?
sentence was reduced. Which is just wrong. It's the judiciary.
Alafu akapewa role ya
I don't know if alipewa role ya kuenda kushughulikia watoto tena, but I know his sentence was reduced from more years to less years.
And he was allowed to continue preaching.
I don't know. I don't even know if he's...
And you see, people don't even know that story. Why?
The church gets away with that a lot.
Yeah, that's the judiciary though. That's the
But
judge.
it's because
that's
someone
because of
from
the church, because they put the church on a pedestal.
You see now the church can't jail him. The church can't say now that we as this organization.
But why not
they can hold
shun
him
him,
accountable, they can
remove him away from the
excommunicate
church?
him.
Yeah.
You see, he's not yet gone back. Maybe he will be excommunicated. He will be accountable. We don't know. But at that point, the ball has dropped on the judicial.
And also,
side.
those pastors who go to high schools and katia the students. We see you. Naona.
Yeah, and that serves a very heavy life sentence a heavy jail sentence to hit on chicks who are underage.
Yeah.
A lot of people who are in jail are there because of hitting on chicks who are underage. That's the judge doesn't smile with you.
But because you're in the church, actually you're ministering to them, sijui where?
Comfort akona information hatuna.
Yeah. Oh, there was a part 2?
No, nimesema part 2. Part 3. Kuna part 3. In your opinion, is it really that big of a deal if it is? I think tumeanza.
Yeah, tumeanza that.
Big of a deal.
In your opinion, is it that big of a deal? Your church kunini for
Who's next?
It's
Faith, yeah.
Do you subscribe to the movies, stroke Hollywood, 3-date rule with regard to sex?
Pardon? 3 what?
Do you subscribe to the movies, stroke Hollywood, 3-date rule with regard to sex?
Like, do you have to wait 3 dates before you have sex?
3 days.
Is it 3 days or 90 days?
No, the 90-day rule is yours, but the 3 dates is when you go on the 3rd date, whether you're willing to have sex with that person on the next day, on that date.
Wow, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Era siko najua hiyo.
Yeah.
So, do we subscribe?
I'll start. Me, I think because of what I believe in and my beliefs, I don't think I will allow it on the 3rd date. I'll wait till marriage.
Okay. Faith based on her beliefs, which is perfectly fine. Ted?
Personally, I think it's based on the chemistry of the two people. If you're both vibing and you feel like you're comfortable having sex on the first date, by all means do it. It's up to you. You're 2 adults, 2 consenting adults. Do your thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Comfort?
I agree with Ted.
Okay. Samuel?
I think you two have to agree. Even if atakani date ya kwanza. Kama umeamua hivi.
Na akikughost.
Lakini ghost.
Nasoma kama
emotions.
Ghost kwa nini?
Ni message.
Wewe hii ni swali, si personal.
Tunauliza tu ghost kwa nini?
Si labda kumbamba.
Ni message. Anakuambia improve.
You are too small.
Up your game.
Ukighostiwa ghostika. Zanusha? 3-date
Go with the 3-date rule.
Okay.
Yeah.
You subscribe to it?
Yes, I do.
Sam?
Me, I won't. First date, of course. First date if umenibamba. Na mimi nimekubamba.
Nayo.
You're happy?
I agree with Ted. If you guys have a good vibe, then
On the first date.
yeah, hiyo ni mambo yenu.
Hii ni watu wakubwa.
Ocampo.
I think it depends with vile tutaelewana. If both parties wako sawa na whatever date itakuwa proposed ama whatever time wako sawa.
You're not like Faith, you wait until marriage. You won't wait for marriage.
Until marriage?
Yeah.
Umeokoka.
Nimeokoka, lakini pia naangalia.
Na test mitambo.
Naangalia si ati na test, lakini naangalia pia ni what if niingie kwa hii ndoa
Na usikubambe.
na ikiwa tena ni kama tena tunaanza tena
ako chini.
But there will be emotional intimacy.
Hapo mistaki.
But physical intimacy is also important.
But it will be boosted by the emotional.
Yeah, okay, but going into a relation, going into a marriage,
don't you
guys
think
don't know if you have sexual chemistry at all.
Panao kama mmoja ako virgin na mwingine ame experiment tu kuja najua like anaweza sema hii ni poa massive like amesha pita huko nje you get. I think they won't be compatible for one another. But now wakipatana virgin versus virgin, hiyo ndoa itasimama.
They won't know what to do.
Yes.
What do you mean they won't know what to do? Like when a child is born, who shows them that this is how you latch your unazaliwanga kuna vitu zingine ni natural.
In your experience, after how many dates do you have before your first kiss? Can I start? Mimi, imagine if...
What was the question again?
Oh, sorry. In your experience, after how many dates do you have before your first kiss? If the date was interesting and we were vibing and you look nice,
Kiss.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
Okay, Sam?
I support her. I'm supporting her on that one, yes.
Nyokabi?
I support them.
Okay.
I support Nyokabi.
Y'all spot me.
On this side?
I do support it.
First date.
Your chemistry is good.
Yeah.
What do you think? Yes, Faith.
Okay, so for me, I don't think I'm going to change anything. I'll still remain with my stand. Like, kissing leads to physical intimacy, so I won't do it.
Mbele ya watu wengi.
It's a question.
Don't.
Can I ask?
Let her finish.
Yeah.
We have questions.
Okay.
She will answer all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I've said, like
One thing leads to the other.
Yeah, one thing leads to the other, so I won't allow it.
That's good.
Yeah.
So ukidate ukisingi.
Not nimesema tu hivyo venye nimesema. Usiulize about
No follow-up question.
No follow-up question.
Aya, Zanita, you
What about self-control? You can kiss and just, he can respect your decision. If you are not willing to partake that or have sex with him, just tell him.
Okay. I think to clarify it, kissing on the mouth is what I won't allow. Like in the forehead kiss, that one is okay with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you understand? So there are limits. The mouth one is a no-go zone.
Are there guys who wait?
Yeah.
Why are you shocked, Sam? You never met them?
We are here to learn.
You don't think they exist?
I never thought ati kuna mwanaume anaweza katika relationship hata bila hata kukiss.
They're there.
But mimi najua relationship yangu with them nilitoka nunge.
You're fine here.
Imagine.
Ay, come on.
I swear.
Mlikiss.
Nilitoka bure.
Hata kissing. Hata kissing.
No wonder.
No wonder nini.
All right, let's do this question. Do you think we live in a hypersexualized society or in a society that glorifies sex a lot?
By hypersexualized?
Like everything is about sex.
Do you think we live in a hypersexualized society or in a society that just glorifies sex?
Absolutely.
Why do you say so?
Everything, everywhere you look, sex sells. So everywhere you look, there's sexual references. It's a big problem. And I think it puts a lot of pressure on people to then get into that world, Especially, for example, I admitted I was a late bloomer. But I remember before, I used to put so much pressure on myself. I used to feel so bad because everyone is having sex, everyone is doing this. So it's not healthy for the mental. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I think even in the internet, it's like it's normalized nowadays. There's nothing being blurred. So I think we've normalized sex as a usual thing. Ni kama tukunywa maji ukisonganga.
What effects do you think that has had on people?
Sorry?
What effects do you think that has had on people?
We have exchanged certain characters and energy that people don't understand. I'll come have sex with you, and then I'll get an energy of maybe ni hata nipatange mkosi mbaya, nikiamka ninagonga tu bed na kidole, ukienda hapo mbele kichwa mlango. So I think it's normalized. It's a normal thing.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Oh, just finish.
Yeah, I wanted to say it's bad. It's not good.
Okay. I think we've over-sexualized it. Was that the word?
Yeah,
because no one is willing to build intimacy. No one is willing to build like genuine relationships. Like you'd hear someone say, okay, you won't give it to me, I'll find it from someone else. And there's someone who's willing to do that. There's someone who feels like they've lost their value in getting someone genuine. And that's the only thing that people come back from them. So probably that person has trauma from previous relationships. They feel like everyone is just there for a particular reason. And that's the only thing now, that's messing with my self-esteem. Because if you're not there to love me, I feel like probably you're just there for the sex. So you'd find others are willing to just have sex for the money and just to feel like to regain their confidence back.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. Comfort?
Yeah, I also think we've overdone it. Everything should be in moderation. if you do something too much, it becomes boring. Because now it's so easy to access that I waste the fun in it. Yeah.
It's lost its original meaning.
Yeah.
Okay. Faith, do you feel like the society is too hypersexualized?
Yeah, na feel like kama siku hizi tu ni kaende hawaji reduce anything like inaenda tu ikiongezeka. Like sahi hata ukiona like sema for example like high school students, anything wakifunga tu shule, there is nothing they are thinking about.
It's the same thing even in Naivasha. These days when you go to Naivasha for the rally, everyone thinks you're going for the same reason.
Imagine.
They're selling condoms for just having, they just feel like it's just
Yet
going to drink.
We just want to see
it's a car thing.
It's a car
It's actually purely, and a lot of people who even go there don't even know what's happening. They don't even know which company or which trip won.
Because you can be on call and telling your friend probably you're going to Naivasha. Then the first thought that is carry condoms.
Kuna madem.
Kuna pombe. No one is going there to watch the cars. So I feel like we've really...
It's too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
Sam, what do you think?
Yes, it's too much.
Oh, wow.
No. Because I believe now sahi vitu zimekuwa oversexualized, that ukipata kitu ya kawaida tu upate demo na nwa cucumber unaanza kufikiria anaenda kudunini nayo.
I have an interesting question. Is there anything we do to contribute to hypersexualization? So whether it's you see a chick and the first thing you look at is her nyash and you're talking about her nyash. You can't see beyond. The first thing you notice is her nyash and you immediately go there, or you see someone buying a cucumber. Or do we contribute in any way to that hypersexualization?
We're not speaking against it.
By not?
Speaking against it.
Does speaking against it, do you feel like that would work?
I believe a voice is one of the most powerful tools that you have. So if not necessarily kuongea, hata ku tweet about it, things like those. Because sasa si na imekuwa normal kwetu, now we see it as normal, you can speak against it. So say unaona msana speak against it, unaona msana kuna kashida.
Hypersexualization.
Ngori itakuwa sana kwa watu wetu.
Yep. Because if we keep pushing the boundaries, they will take the boundaries.
There won't be
even
boundaries.
They will push them even further. Ocampo, what do you think? Do you feel like the society has we live in a hypersexualized society?
Yeah. And one of the consequences we are having because of that, for the longest time, since I have been doing like high school outreach, going to speak to the students, and there's those times we're having one-on-one that someone comes to you, tell you what they're struggling with. And a bigger percentage in every high school I've gone, and I've gone to over 1,000 high schools, like the same thing, like 80% of the students are struggling the same thing, sex. Sex. So, and because of this, we have diseases. We have people going into, wanakuwa tu sick.
Pregnancies, teenage pregnancies.
Mental breakdown. So if we speak out against this thing, vile Sam anasema, itasaidia sana. We don't to see, unajua wazazi wetu walikuwa na hata sijaisikia nikiambiwa mambo na sex na wazazi.
Yeah, but you see, I'm trying to remember when I was in high school, how was it? And man, boys' school is on another level of like our libido was up there. So they would even put paraffin in our food.
In our githeri.
Yeah, like our food would have paraffin so that they can. It's like we were animals or something like that. But when I try and think some of the factors that contributed to that, we had like the magazines. The Insider magazine used to have the poster in the middle. I remember this one time it was Cherish, or it was just some Pulse as well.
Yeah, but Pulse. Shujaz.
Nairobi something.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Nairobian.
Yes, I'm just saying that all the material you were consuming zilikuwa so sexualized. Yani, so unapata. In fact, in our school at that time, it was almost impossible for dame like the way Comfort Umeva, you wouldn't pass through our school. It was almost people would just be screaming throughout. Like you wouldn't pass through that. Even when you got TPs, teachers who are young, they're just from campus, they would have a very hard time with that. So that was wild, man. Sometimes even older teachers, like what walikuwa michizi. But it's also what we were consuming.
Yeah. Kavi, do you think we've hypersexualized?
Yeah, and I feel like we should speak against it more often so that we can be able to punguza kidogo. Yeah.
Right.
I think with that.
The thing right now is that if you speak against it, people will think you're lame and you think you're better than them. So I don't know.
I think it's this other church.
Mi naona if uko juu nao wale wa huko juu akiscrutiniziwa alafu every new pastor that comes in as scrutiniziwa vizuri hizi vitu vitaacha kunini kwa church.
But see, things they protect each other, they cover up.
Ndio nasema huko juu akianza kuwatoa sasa wale wabaya.
It's a cabal of power. You can't toa you because his friends will back him up.
We can't judge by a few. And also Jesus said, even God said himself, the last days kutakuwa na hawa watu watakuja. So it's up to you ujue ni nani.
So are you supporting those people who are doing
I am not supporting, but I'm saying you be keen and don't judge everyone because you saw someone.
We are not judging everyone. We are pinpointing on those that have done that.
So
because we can't blame the whole church. We're not blaming the whole church. We are blaming that one leader.
Yeah, but don't say now the church.
Mention the name.
Mention that name and the pastors and the church that this belongs to.
No, you see, they are right. They're right in regards that the church has a higher moral obligation. We should not be hearing some stories. Like it should be a taboo to even think that somebody would go to high schools and even think of hitting on those girls. Like that should not. It's not something that should ever cross your mind. So when one person does it, it really taints the whole picture of the whole body of Christ. And that's what Jesus says, that we're the light. So if you mess, you're spoiling for the whole system.
The banana in the road.
You're making people look at God badly, you know? But then also to them, it's also, we have people who are also genuine, but we also have people who are just total clowns, and they will always be those ones.
Yeah.
Tell you wanted to say something?
I was saying, when you ask that question of do we contribute to hypersexualization, I think we definitely do. In terms, for example, let me give the example of gym culture. Initially, gyms. No. The way it started, if you go on Instagram, for example, going on the Explore page, you know, you'll see some serious gym, and then you'll see the people who are just there to showcase their tights, and they are wameshikisha tight up, everything, and they know they'll get a lot of fans that way. So it's rewarding.
Yeah.
And if you go through those guys following, the people they are following, they're just seeing, there's a certain demographic they are following a lot. So we definitely contribute.
Why should that bother you?
No, I'm saying we contribute to hypersexualization.
But now you're saying when the women are wearing tights, I mean,
it's a normal
it's a
no, I'm not saying, I'm not talking about, because tights are comfortable gym, you know what I mean, not comfortable gym wear. We're talking about the ones who shikisha everything, you're seeing every nook and cranny and everything too.
Gym, you know. Gym, nasema hivi kinaweza kutoa kwa gym. Gym ukienda na mindset ya kutafuta demu, ndio utaanza.
Hiyo sweat yote.
Upata unakwanga tu na gym hata
gym azaman mwenye uko serious na uko focused unaenda gym na papasi yako. Hata madem hawatakusumbua.
No, siongei juu ya ukiwa ndani ya gym. We're talking about like social media, Instagram, TikTok. Check, you'll see.
Any gains wanaonyesha.
That's their content.
That's gains. We have muscles everywhere.
Oh, there's okay, let's agree to disagree.
Because sexualize to sexualize.
Next question.
Do you think there's a bias when judging people's sexual histories? In your experience, do you think men have it easier? Whenever you're judging people's history, do you think men have it easier?
So like a lady with a large body count would be judged more harshly than maybe a man.
A man,
the same.
Some men, you find that's a point of bragging rights and all.
An ego boost.
What do you think about that, Sam? What do you think? Do you think men are judged less harshly with regards to sex, and then women are judged harshly?
If I understand it honestly,
it's true.
It's true because mwanaume, the higher the body count, the better you are, the good you are at your game. Hata si lazima hata game, inaweza kuwa kuna game mbaya na nini watu wengi, but unaweza ringa. For women, the higher the body count, the who you are.
Yeah. Like society has always been against women when it comes to sex, but we'll come to that. Comfort, what do you think?
So why is a man not a hoe when he sleeps with
Nimesema venye nafikiria.
Si ndo nakuuliza why?
Do you hold that belief to be true? Sorry.
Mmemweka on the spot
Mimi
and
hata
started to take.
sijali sana mambo ya body count. Najali sasa experience tu uko nayo.
But yeye ni hoe.
Mimi sitajali kama ni homa nzito. Body count kwangu itanisumbua sana.
Okay.
Yeah.
But venye sasa utabehave, I think when you utabehave towards sex, even if you're loyal to one person, ama now you're disloyal, uko na wanaume wengi at once, sasa hiyo ndo unaweza kuita hoe. But ya mambo ya body count, sitakuita hoe. Mimi nita judge na experience.
But when you're cheating on your girl?
That's a hoe.
Even the man?
Even the man, that's a hoe.
Okay.
I think the society has normalized thing is when a woman has a higher body count, the lesser the value of a woman. But I think we should be judged the same. The same way a man akona so na dem akona so, nafaa tu kuangalia the same. You're a hoe, you're a whatever they call it. Yeah.
Comfort?
I agree with you.
Yeah, agree. Ted?
Me, I fully believe in sexual liberation. Do whatever you want, but the most important is you're taking care of your sexual health. I think that's the most important thing. So as long as, because you're allowed to enjoy sex. If you enjoy sex, by all means, do your thing, but make sure, because the streets out here are dangerous, and I'm just gonna get tested regularly. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, niko na question to Sam. Amesema ukinini ati men na women to evaluate ikuwe same. Mi naona kwa women, mi nikitaka kuoa nitaangalia dem past yako.
Na akiangalia yako.
Sijali about body count. Sijali about.
Tutaangalia past yake.
Tukidate. But pia
past yake.
Jo school umepiga so watu so. Hata watu so na nitajali.
But anaweza kudanganya. How will you know?
Yeah.
Maybe it's people you don't know. Because maybe if it's in your friend group, then utajua. But if it's people you don't know, what do you mean you look at her past? So uta call everyone that you slept with.
But yet maybe from what anasikia around.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's people he doesn't know.
But even from the people he knows, that might be enough for him to draw the conclusion.
Okay. And you? How do you expect a woman to judge you when they want to get married to you?
First, financially.
We're talking about sex.
Si amesema how do I want to
Endelea sawa.
Amena mbali.
Sahi Okampo ukiangalia dem, unataka kuwa utaangalia nini?
Mimi.
Tuseme tu ukweli.
Let's be honest.
History. It's very important to a man.
Okay, may I have a question
Yes,
to Sam? Sam is saying, so to what I'm thinking, you said you're gonna judge the babe. When it gets to marriage, you won't marry this person, yeah? Mwenye akona high body count, sindo? Don't you think what you're saying, so wewe uko willing kukua na yeye but not in a marriage, how many people have done that to her? Whereas utakuwa an added body count.
Sijasema sitammarry. Nimesema
But you've said
utaangalia.
Will it determine anything?
It might.
Why you
but it might, but si ati itakuwa deciding factor. Because pia kwa Biblia kuna nani aliwa prostitute?
Hosea.
Aliwa prostitute. So kwangu itakuwa kitu ya kuangalia, something to really think deep about it. Juu kwa madem wana niambia nini? Let me just ask comfort. Acha niulize tu comfort. Aya. Let me ask her. Ukiangalia husband utaangalia past yake as much as utaangalia vitu zingine.
Past yake ni mambo yake.
Okay, no, but you're not understanding what Sam is saying. Sam is saying for him as a guy, he'll look at the past. Ocampo is saying he will look at that past. Sam, will you?
Of course.
Sam will look at the past, will you?
Yes, I will.
You will.
Because you can find some trends from that.
But so you see from what he's saying, maybe the ladies now should tell us if that is something that they would look at. Would you want to look at their sexual past and ask them, have you been around?
And that's when Nyokabi said, like, to her it's an issue.
So Nyokabi has said that's an issue.
For us women, it's because the society has made us to be ashamed of even having sex. So that's why you think a woman having a lot of it's something bad.
Zanita,
Yes,
it's something bad.
would you look at the past of a guy?
I wouldn't, to be honest.
Okay, Faith?
I haven't supported my answer.
Okay, so
I'm coming back to you. Comfort, would you?
I would, but quality, not quantity.
Quality of what?
The women.
Okay, let's go to Zanita. Support you.
For me, if your body count is high, that is probably, I'm assuming that's something you're doing probably when you were single or when you're you're not in the relationship or when you're married. If you do that when we're in a relationship, if you're cheating on me and you're doing that, that will definitely put me off. But if we're in the relationship and I can see that you've actually quite changed and you're not doing that anymore, I will marry you or you'll marry me. So there's that. If you're changed, fine. Because we can't change that. You've slept with 40 people. Sasa, we can't erase that.
So Sam is saying, for women, maybe that may not be an issue, but for men, even from the simple poll here, you can tell that that's
It's being two-faced.
No,
That's
it's not
just
checking. No, for me personally, it's checking the trend of is it risky behavior or is it just someone who addict because that's a thing, or is it just someone who enjoys sex but responds.
Hiyo point ya addict sasa I think inafanyanga tunaangalia past, but it's not a deciding factor.
Yeah,
but it's a very contributing.
It's a
factor.
consideration.
However, though, it is true that our societies, and they've not started now, since Kitambo, they've always judged women harshly with regards to sex as opposed to men. I mean, even that story for Jesus, when they was brought the woman who was caught in the act, they never brought the guy. They only brought the woman. It's like to empata in the act, you know?
Shame. It's what Nyokabi was saying.
We've always held those highs. We want women to uphold them, but then for the men, you're like, be a bad boy. So that's the double standards that we have.
Yeah.
I guess
this
is the last question. Kila mtu amejibu. Muuliza. So this is a quote: "Those who have been bedded cannot be wedded." Do you agree? Not everyone. Not everyone.
I will explain bedded.
Not you.
Huh?
Explain what is bedded.
Like those who
Have had
those who sleep around should not wed based on that quote.
It's not even sleep around. It's not sleep around. You've had sex before.
Okay, yeah.
It's not sleep around.
I think it's normal to have sex. Huwezi jajiwa na hiyo ati ndio ni kuoe.
You don't agree with that quote?
No. If I've had sex, you've had sex.
It's a fair game.
It's a fair game. Okay. But it's come overdue.
Go for it.
Comfort?
I don't think so. Okay.
Ted?
Yeah, for sure, I don't agree with that.
Faith, you agree with that? You don't agree with that?
Oh, like what I mean is, I mean, like, okay, able to repeat the question.
Those who have been bedded cannot be wedded. Those who are.
I mean, they can be wedded.
Oh, they can be wedded. Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, they can be wedded.
It's a fair game.
It's a fair game.
Yeah, they can be wedded.
Or come.
Yeah.
Yes, they can.
To press a spell.
That was a very interesting question. Our session.
Yeah.
This is actually one of the first times we've talked about intimacy. I'm glad that we also got to explore all the sides of it. Why are you laughing, Comfort? Why are you smiling?
I'm happy.
Was it uncomfortable? Quite.
It was quite uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Zanita, yeah?
A bit. I think we should probably another session, then people can be able to be open about it.
It was
Okay,
tight.
Ted, was it uncomfortable?
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it, Faith? It was uncomfortable. Samuel?
I'd say it was uncomfortable but comfortable at the same time. It may learn one or two things.
Okay.
Sam?
Easy. I think ni kitu nimezoea, ni kitu nimekuwa hata nitafanya na watu wangu.
Have the conversation.
Sex conversation.
Okay. That's good.
Zanita?
Yeah.
Ilikuwa comfortable ama uncomfortable?
It was, I feel like if we had another session, people can open up a bit. It was a bit intense. You could tell the tension.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
And ilikuwa tu sawa.
Okay.
But you can do better next time.
Yeah.
Okay. It's an important conversation because it's something that affects our relationships in one way or the other.
Yeah. All right. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on episode 7.